light unto the nations. And that's how we interpret it. Teaching people how to eat, how to respect women, how to teach children, how to dress properly. Can't wear polyester, you know. I mean, they tell you that when you get ready to get on the plane. Did y'all know that? They actually, you might have to read the fine print, but it advises people who fly not to wear polyester. Why? Because it'll catch on fire and it will melt on you literally. There's lots of other reasons. We can go into another time. But all of these things matter where we're concerned, and we begin to teach those things. Our counterparts here in this land, BB and Associates, you know, they like to say that they are the startup nation, they're big in finances, they're big in technology, and all those things, and all that has a place, but you can't brag talking about you got a bigger missile than your neighbor, and that's literally what he did about a month ago. Right. That's not being a light unto the nations. That's not our strength. Militarism is not our strength. Economics is not our strength. Politics is not our strength. Our strength is our spirituality, and we define that as our relationship with God.
Hallelujah.
That's how we define it. And in any relationship, this is your wife? Y'all got a relationship. There's expectations on both sides. Like I said, right? Bring it to the choir. So in that relationship, if he ain't doing what you expect him to do, y'all got problems. Your meal ain't gonna be on time. You know, you ain't gonna be happy. There's gonna be problems in the house. And so we know that as sons and daughters of the Most High, that there's some things that the Creator expects of us. And if we're not fulfilling that, we're going to have problems in everything. In our relationships, in our economics, in our everything. We're going to have problems in that area. In our health, all of that. So that's been our focus over the years. And we're just glad that the Most High is continuing this process of awakening our people and bringing them on up home. When I was in South Africa, I had a chance to go to Cape Town. I don't normally go to Cape Town because we don't have many people there. But a brother told me, he said, there's some Hebrew Israelites in Cape Town I want you to introduce you to. I said, okay, fine. We go there, my wife and I, we went, and there were 25 or 30 brothers and sisters there doing the best that they could with their own research and what have you. But they knew nothing about us here in Israel. They knew nothing about the 300 or 400 other brothers and sisters in South Africa spread out in different cities. They knew nothing about that. And so it told me something. I said, y'all is working this work. We ain't got nothing to do with that. But these brothers and sisters will either be our reinforcements or they're going to be our replacements. Because this is going to happen with or without us. And I very much want to be part of this. I want to stay a part of this. I want to be inside of this. You know how they say, how the song go? I want to be in that number when the saints come marching home. That's right. So far, so good. So far, so good. So whatever it is we're doing, you can rest assured that we're going to stay aligned with that purpose, with that mission. And we have differences, but I don't recall one time that we've actually argued. We never argued about nothing. And we shared, take notes and whatever, and we're going to continue that process. But we had to lay these swords and spears down and pick up plowshares and pruning hooks. You know, that's the time. That's the time we're in. And that was simply a message to those of us as leaders. Stop. We got to feed the people. We got to feed the people. Can't be beating each other up no more. You know, because it's time. We had to grow up. We had to grow up. So we're your family. We're your brothers and sisters. Anybody wear size 13. So next time you come, we'll go out on the court.
Are you gonna be real? Okay.
Hey, I said, hey, we regular folks. We family.
I'm about a size 10. So.
All right.
So, aside from you enjoying, this vegan meal, which, by the way, we're strict vegans. So we have not if some of you may have watched when I went up to Telerod to talk to some of the brethren there that were there a few years back, I explained completely why we're vegans, why we don't observe the Passover the way that traditionally had been dealt with. But we haven't killed the first animal since arriving in this land. We made that transition when we were still in Liberia. And we have our reasons for it. And simply we feel that the objective was to return back to the Creator in all of that purity that you find in the book of Genesis. In fact, in the first 2 chapters. Because from chapter 3 on, you're dealing with humanity in fall. And so anything that came subsequent to that, in our view, has to be discerned relative to the context of that time. We've gone back to the beginning, and we've attempted to lay out a social order in a manner that reflects that ideal. And that ideal diet was a vegan diet. I've given you every green herb bearing seed, and it shall be to you for your food. And we don't need, now we did this 50 years ago. Long before a lot of the evidence that has come forth that backs up that it's proper, it's right, it's the best. And some of you got automobiles that you might be a little more concerned about what you put in that than what you put in yourself. And you know that reflects on, even more so, on the rest of the family that don't even follow, the Mosaic dietary guidelines. And that's how we've been as a people. They brag in South Africa, I ate anything.